Hey guys, it's been a while that I uploaded a video, so today I'm gonna make some content for you guys and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hey guys, so I'm at right now at my place. Sorry if it's like kind of windy. So basically I'm gonna talk about college, which is kind of interesting. So college so far is good. College got fucking destroyed. It's gonna take a year for the whole college to be fixed, and right now I'm just going to Southern to take my classes, which is like in high school. It's like a high school. And yeah, so I'm gonna talk about some stuff about my channel. Basically my camera got fucked. Not my actual camera, but basically I'm using a manual lens. I'm not using this lens, which is not a bad lens actually. It's actually pretty good. Sad thing though is the inside of this is very weak. So let me just show you what happened. So basically, the inside of this lens, I accidentally dropped it, and it fucking broke on me. So that's great. And I'm actually using this lens now, which is not that bad actually. This camera is actually good. It's just that the lens, of course, it's manual focus. And the sad thing about manual focus is it's kind of hard to use. And the lens focal length for my camera is around like 52 millimeters. So it's very zoomed in. So basically, I've been taking pictures with my friend's lens, which is 24 to 70 mm with a 3.5 to 4 aperture as a constant, which is not bad actually. It's just that I don't have my own lens. I'm planning to get a new one this month, but I really want to invest into like a $500 lens, which is a lot of money for me. But yeah, so I'll just show you guys a footage of how this lens look like. And right now I'm actually using my GoPro. Hopefully the footage is good, because GoPros at like indoors, I guess it's not really good footage, but outdoors is really good footage. Hope you guys enjoy some footage from this. I'm just gonna go around my house just like record and shit. Hey guys, so I listed down 5 tips that you guys can follow as a beginner photographer. Also, I'm going to talk about some of my works that I have done so far. And yeah, so we're going to start doing the tips right now. The first tip of photography we need to cover is ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. So basically, I talked about previous videos about it with ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. Basically, know that if you have a 1080p 60 frames, don't go over 1/200 shutter speed, because it will make it look a little bit too choppy. And if you go below 1/120, it will make the footage look blurry as fuck. Like when you move, it's super blurry. And ISO, of course, is basically the sensitivity to light, meaning higher ISO, higher brightness, but higher noise. Lower ISO, lower brightness. And basically ISO is a very conditional thing, so you don't need to really worry about that. But the 2 things you should know is, of course, shutter speed and aperture. And for aperture wise, basically higher the aperture, more focus to everything around you, like there's more detail. And lower aperture means there's less detail, meaning that the background will be more noise. And basically those are like the things basically that's like the basic stuff for the first tip. And basically for photos, you don't really need to worry about shutter speed and ISO, because if you are shooting video, you gotta times your shutter speed by 2 by the frames that you're doing. For example, I'm shooting 1080p right now, 60 frames, per second. But when I'm putting it in the settings, it's gonna be 1/120th to keep a clean footage, or something above it to make it clean footage. And basically that's like the first tip. So we're gonna go to our second tip, which is basically ND filters. Second tip for photography is to get ND filter. It helps you to reduce light coming into the sensor. Plus, it helps you keep your shutter speed a little bit lower if you're shooting video. And basically, yeah, ND filter is useful. Before buying ND filters, just know that every ND filter has different ratings, mean different tints. So there's some that are darker than others, and you guys can look that up online, and it's actually pretty easy. And basically, most companies follow the same wording for their ND filters, and usually you can get ND filters for around like 10 to 40 bucks, but the high grade ones are usually like 70 bucks over. So just know that every ND filter has different quality of glass, and basically it'll make your footage look different, I guess, because the cheaper ones for some reason has either greenish tone or maybe a bluish tone or a little bit like black tone. So yeah. Hey guys, so for the third tip, you guys should know that to get a tripod. This is not really a tripod, it's like a monopod. It's like small. Basically, you need to have a tripod. It's not really a necessity for videos and photography, but it's like one of the things that a lot of people use and they don't really use it. So basically, tripod should be used to stabilize footage or to do long exposure, which is basically doing 1 or 5 seconds of the camera to take the picture, I guess, which is long exposure. So that's like the third tip you guys should know. Fourth tip of photography is location time. For example, if you do it in the morning, everything looks very bluish, and also it's starting to get brighter, so less harsh sunlight. Basically, never take any photos or videos during 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. because the sun is hitting your fucking face and it's really harsh lighting. Also, time is very important, of course, and the location. Basically, if you're at the right location, the time should match it, and basically you need to add that to account. I'll show you guys my IG and explain that later on. And yeah, so the best time for me is 4 to 6 p.m. because that's when there's an orange hue that the sun is making while the subject's in. Of course, you're trying to take a picture of the subject. It'll look nice. It complements every other color. But if you guys want to have like a bluish tone, it's better to go on forecast, which is on the tip number 5, which is weather. So for example, if there's a forecast of rainy day, it's okay to go out and take some footage, like for example around 12 p.m. because the sun is not hitting you directly. But when it's like a forecast rainy day, you got to change up your schedule, meaning that when you take video and pictures, it should be before 5 p.m. So it should be around like 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. basically. At 5 to 6 is basically when the sun is going down, so everything will be darkish blue. But before then, it'll be like light bluish. It really does depend on your camera actually, because every cameras have different color grading systems. For example, Canon, Sony, and Nikon all have different color grading system when you take a person's photo or anything in general when you put it in automatic. So you gotta take that into account. And yeah, basically these are all the tips that you guys have to know about photography. And basically now I'm gonna discuss about my IG photography thing that I'm doing so far. And basically I'm gonna get back into videography soon once I finish up all the photo projects that I just made up over these past weeks with people. And yeah. Hey guys, so I want to talk about IG real quick. So I use IG to self-express myself, I guess, but also follow people that could give me like inspirations, I guess. Like, you know how people go to the gym, they want to be physically fit, they want to be physically better. For me, like, I really want to just do interesting stuff, I guess, by taking photos. But also I'm trying to do video too, because for me, like, I think it can be useful in life. I guess it's fun. It's just something that you can do and it'll never get old. For photography wise, I just need to learn how to use software. And for video, I still need to learn a lot about that section more than any other category. I've been doing well so far with my photography, but sooner or later this channel's gonna start being produced a lot of videos and stuff, and you guys will enjoy it. I have some footage that I didn't release yet. There's some old footage that in the past that I deleted that I was planning to redo, but I just need to find the time for it because college really takes a lot of your time, because usually 12 to like 6 p.m. is when I just eat, study, and after that like 2 hours of just me spending my own time. And I usually sleep like 10 to 8 hours, and that's always been my routine. So it's hard to find time. In the weekends I do have time, but the thing is for video editing it takes like 3 to 4 hours. It really does depend. Especially this video is kind of long. Sorry about that, but yeah. Basically, this is all I just want to post today's vlog. Thank you guys for following me, and thank you guys if you guys heard my tips. And also, please comment down for any video ideas that you guys want me to do. This week I need to do a long exposure, and basically I have till this Sunday to do it. So yeah, basically have a lot of stuff to do. You guys have a lot of stuff to do, but thank you guys for watching this video.